guys, my name is Shalom Parker, and thank you so much for tuning in today. So I'm gonna do a series of videos once every week and give you guys a different art therapy directive to work through. It can help you with all kinds of different things for anxiety, for overwhelmness, for thinking about how you can be involved in your community and creating change in the midst of this. So if you don't know what art therapy is, it's actually really similar to talk therapy. You're gonna be approaching the same things, maybe even talking about some of the things in art therapy as you would in therapy, but instead of just using your words, you also have the opportunity to use art in order to express what you're thinking and feeling. Sometimes our emotions are held in our brain, in a part of our brain that only processes things visually, and so putting it on paper in an art form first can actually help you to translate it into words later and have a greater understanding of what's going on in your head. And so the focus is not about creating the next biggest masterpiece. It's actually about the process and learning about yourself and about your life and how you feel in processing things in the midst of making art. So basically these videos are just going to be me explaining the process, the directive, what I'm asking you to create and reflect on, and then I'll also give you guys some reflection questions. So you can just watch this video and then set up a time in order to do it. The main thing that I want you guys to think about is finding a time when you will not be interrupted. Especially if you have a full house, this might be kind of hard to do. But if that means waking up early, closing the door and asking people to leave you alone for a certain amount of time, whatever you need to do, try to do it so you can create your own space and have it be like a little getaway for you. Also, another thing that's really helpful is to create a calming environment for you to create in. So this could be lighting a candle, starting essential oils, dimming the lights, just making it a really comfortable, safe space for you in order to create. So first I'm going to share with you what the directive is. So for this directive, you don't need any special art supplies. Whatever medium that you want to work in is great. So you can paint, you can draw, you can use colored pencils, pens, whatever you want to do. So just grab your supplies that you want to work with. And the first thing that you're going to do is just think about what a safe space looks like for you. So you can start with either just creating from the get-go, or you can create a list of what are the people that would be in it, what are the things that would be in it, what would you smell, what would you look at, what would you see, what colors, all of those kind of things. What is a safe space for you? An example for me, some of the safe spaces for me would be the smell of freshly baked cookies, nature, having things by the water, having a big body of water by me, flowers, plants, cool colors, the people who really know me well, art supplies and ceramics, things like that would all be really important in my safe space. So when I drew a little sketch of what would be a safe space for me, it was actually a ceramics wheel outside in nature next to flowers, and there was a lake right next by, and there was a house right behind us where you could smell the smell of freshly baked goods. So take some time, figure out what your safe space would be, and then depict it any way that you want. Actually really process it and think through it. And then I will also give you guys some reflection questions after you have finished the process. They will also be listed in the description of the video below, so you can also just look at those again there. So my questions for you are: number 1, how did you feel while you were creating your image? Number 2, imagine yourself in your safe space that you created. How do you feel while you're in it? What would you be doing? And how is that different than what your current reality is, or where you were at before you started doing this directive? The last question is, are there things that you can do to bring aspects of your safe space in your drawing into your current reality? So this could be baking more, or putting up art on your walls, or finding some more flowers for your house, things like that. What are things that you can do to create safe space where you're currently at? And then the last thing that I want you guys to do is to practice mentally picturing yourself in your safe space when you feel anxious or overwhelmed. Lastly, you can also hang up your art piece as a reminder of your safe space throughout the day. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you come back next week, we're going to be talking about what we call in the therapy world the miracle question. So, hope to see you there.